Year's Day? Will it be the Orange Bowl in Miami? Will it be the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, or wherever? One thing is for sure this week. Welcome to the Johnny Majors Show, a look at highlights of this week's game between the Pitt Panthers and the Cadets of Army. Brought to you in part by the people in our town who bottled delicious Coca-Cola. From the first kickoff to the final gun, Coke adds life to football fun. And by your 40,000 Westinghouse neighbors in Pittsburgh who make products that conserve energy by using it efficiently. Little did the crowd of 45,000 plus at Pitt Stadium on Saturday realize that in the fourth quarter they would be looking at the #1 college team in the country. Coach Johnny Majors, it's not certain for sure yet, but I kind of think the pollsters will say that the Pitt Panthers this week are #1.
Well, Bill, I would think so. By all means, I see no reason why we wouldn't be ranked #1 based on the schedule that we play and also based on the performance that our football team has given over the past 9 ball games. And I firmly believe that when our football team is well, that we're as good as any football team in America, and I believe the best when we're ready and play our type game. I'm going to vote for us for #1 because I get 1 vote for the United Press poll, which is called the coaches poll.
How about the game against Army, your impressions?
Oh, Bill, it's a complete ball game. I know that at times this year that we have found a different way to win a ball game from week to week, and that's what happens when you have a balanced football team. But this week was a complete team victory. The offense, the defense, the kicking game, there were individuals who did a great job. It was a team victory by all means.
We'll meet a couple of individuals and also look at game highlights as the Johnny Majors Show continues right after this message. Because, as we shall see later on, the Panthers vault to the #1 position. Love it. Pride and enthusiasm in the booth here with the Panther Network crew with their blue and gold tassel caps.
You look very comfortable.
Oh, I
those
really do.
Those are beautiful hats. I tell you, I guess you can buy them in the stands out there. But beautiful. I'm glad to see those things being worn more in our stands. Even though the Steelers are a very prominent group of people in this town, I'd like to see some Pitt tassel hats besides the Steelers tassel hats in our stands.
It's homecoming, 1976. The Panthers lose the toss. The great kick coverage unit stops Army, and they take possession at their own 25-yard line on the very first play from scrimmage. 9th-ranked quarterback in the country, Lehman Hall, looking for his split receiver on the out pattern downfield. Monster man Jeff Delaney has other ideas. The fine sophomore from Upper St. Clair.
It's a very good start for us, Bill. Jeff Delaney is always alert. Our secondary is the most alert secondary we've had, and have just been tremendous this year. Cecil, I noticed one thing when the interception was thrown. I noticed you and Don Parrish both got your hands up, and I saw you get up high in the air with your hands extended, which makes it very difficult for a passer to throw over you as tall as you are. You all work on that a lot in practice?
Yes, Coach. We have Coach Overton and we have drills with Coach Dyer down there, getting their hands up and trying to put pressure on the quarterbacks.
That's the winning edge right there in the pass rush.
Tony Pine, the Army fullback, nowhere to go. The Panther defense, including Cecil Johnson, right on the play. Randy Holloway.
Cecil has been a much improved football player. He's a tremendous athlete and played so consistently this year and very tough. There's Leroy Felder, another alert junior we have from Baltimore, Maryland. Fine interception. Leroy's one of the smart football players in our squad. He's always had his head in the game. Very tough player and a very quick player.
2nd and 10 at the Army 43. Senior quarterback Tom Usick starting the ball game, picking up a pretty good 6-yard gain there. And we see now a 3rd and 4 at the Army 37. It'll be Usick
scrambling for the first down. Good block by Bobby Hutton on the corner. Again, our offensive line put together another fine performance. They've blocked very well in the last part of the season. In fact, all season, but particularly well in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Tommy Usick, the guy who came in when the injury was incurred by Matt Cavanaugh in the Louisville game. Coach Bill Cox, you worked with Usick. What kind of a kid is he?
Tom's a great kid. He's done an outstanding job for us coming in after Matt's injury and leading us to victory. He's just done an outstanding job.
Fine job right there by executing an option play.
Setting up the Panthers' ice-breaking score here. Carson Long's 27-yard field goal. Long, by the way, this year, 12 of 15, one of the finer field goal percentages in the country.
Yeah, he's a great kicker. His kickoffs have been tremendous. He was 36 for 36 on the extra point area.
There we have Army 3rd and 5 at their own 25. The blitz, Arnie Weatherington will take a ground level shot at it now, and then we'll take a look at the play as Coach Majors can let us know exactly what went on here.
Well, Arnie's mother was here this week. I think saw him for the first home game. Is that right, Cecil?
Right, Coach Major.
I saw she was at the varsity Letterman's dinner. By the way, you want me to show the play?
Yeah, let's do it, and then we'll take another look
We'll
at
talk
it.
about Arnie Weatherington, who's a great football player and a real fine leader, and calls all of our defensive signals. Arnie lines up here. This is our Eagle shoot, our Eagle double shoot defense. Cecil Johnson, our end rushes here. Randy Holloway at tackle takes the guard's block. And Arnie blitzes between the center and the left guard. Romana hitting this gap, Kramer this gap, Parrish this gap, and Willowmowski drops off in the pass coverage area. So this is the play that we trapped Lehman Hall that was just shown there.
3rd and 5, let's take a look at it. Army at its own 25-yard line. We'll watch number 59, Arnie Weatherington from the right side. He'll show the stunt, and then in he comes through the hole. They don't pick it up, and as a result, it's a loss, and Army's forced to punt the football.
Kramer didn't shoot on that one. That was just Eagle shoot there. So Eagle double shoot, both linebackers go. Cecil, you and Arnie were teammates. You played together quite a bit here in the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, me and Arnie have been together quite a while, even through high school, and we think a lot of each other. So on the field and off the field, we got great respect for each other.
This is late first quarter action. Panthers with Bobby Hutton crashing off the right side. 3-yard gain and a first down. 1st and 10, Pitt at its own 47. Watch number 33, Tony Dorsett.
Fine job of Hutton on the block. Good job of Kavanaugh. Look at our downfield blocking. Of course, number 33 knows what to do when he gets the ball under his arm. He makes things happen. He electrifies when he touches the ball.
Gain of 13. Now we watch Dorsett again, left tackle for 9 yards.
Fine blocking up front. Pelusi, Rizosa, and Hanhauser on that side of the line, the left side and the center, really blew them out there. Pelusi's doing a fine job on the nose man. I've noticed him quite often in the film here. He's really controlling the nose man in the middle of the line.
Number 12 is quarterback Matt Kavanaugh. The pitch back to Dorsett.
Hutton and
Good block
Jones.
outside. Gordon Jones with a great block.
Look at the downfield blocking. Willie Taylor. That's what it takes. The winning edge, we talked to our offense about cutting and slicing. Don't block behind the ball carry. Don't clip, but cut and slice downfield. Harass those defenders.
3-0. The Panthers have the lead as we start the second quarter. Matt Kavanaugh looking for Tony Dorsett.
Delay pattern. I believe it sets up a field goal here right
Sure does.
before the half.
Feet come out from under him, so Carson Long comes on. Kicked a dead center ball against the wind, but it got through the uprights, and it's 6-0. The Panthers have the lead over the Cadets. We're early second quarter, Pitt Stadium on Saturday afternoon.
Good blocking up front. Make it about 5 yards. Those are the situations you like to have. 2nd and 5 rather than 2nd and 8. That's tough calls, right, Bill?
Right, it's a lot easier to call 2nd 5 play than 2nd 10.
You are watching Matt Kavanaugh, quarterback. This is Dorsett turning it outside. This is an 88-yard scoring drive that consumes 8 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. It's an 18-play drive, and so let's take a look at it. One of the guys who made it go, you'll see in just a couple of moments, is number 46, Tom Sindewald. Sindewald came on and picked up, I believe, of the 88 yards. Tom, you picked up 28 yards, so we'll get to look at some of those fine plays. Jim Corbett, the tight end, camera on him all the way, and he receives the pass for the first down and 8-yard gain.
Matt back to throw on first down here, which is good to keep the defense kind of off balance going on first down and not always on the passing situations. The wind was a big factor Saturday. We're running into the wind now and did a great job controlling the ball. But when we threw the ball into the wind there, it was very much a factor.
Kavanaugh to Gordon Jones.
Good job, getting as much as he could there. Good pursuit by the Army team. I really admire Army. They never quit. They never gave up. In fact, they came back better in the second half than they did the first half.
Here's the big guy, Tom Sindewald, 6'2", 225 pounds, from Worth, Illinois, a Chicago suburb. Tommy, I guess it's really nice to get to play again, huh?
Sure is.
Okay, you had 64 yards on 10 carries, and the Army coaches across the way, I had a little birdie over there, and he said that they were scratching their heads wondering where you came from, and one of them remarked, why, my goodness, he's bigger than any of our tackles. You did a great job.
Tom does weigh, what, 225, Tom, or 222?
Well, in between there, 222, 225.
There he goes again.
And you played with a lot of pain on Saturday, I understand. You've had some back spasms that have been kind of painful for you.
Tell you what, Tom's a favorite, one of the favorites of mine on our football team. He's quite a story in itself. Great young man and quite an inspiration to the whole squad. Good blocking on the goal line, good trap blocking. Dorsett sticks it in the end zone, which he is a master at.
We'll watch it again and again. This is the ground level end zone shot. Watch number 33, Dorsett. Watch the blocking.
Belushi blocked back, Berzosa folded, and also Matt Carroll makes a fine block in the middle.
Tony Dorsett's first touchdown of the afternoon, he scored 3, and the Panthers' first touchdown of the afternoon makes it 13-0. The Panthers with the lead. We'll watch Army now with the football after the Carson Long kickoff. I believe this is great kick coverage here, and I can't... Oh, yes, Steve Clemens, I believe, makes a great hit here. Tom Sinderwald, you said something about his helmet after that hit.
After that hit, Clemens had about a 3-inch in diameter circle of gold paint on it. It was about 1/8 inch thick, too. He really hit him.
And it took him a while to get up, but he sure did. He's a tough football player. From Walnut Port, Pennsylvania, Steve Clemens, a sophomore linebacker.
There's a pressure from Wilimowski, and I think Al Romano was so surprised the ball caught him off guard. Sees he could have been a hero there, you know?
The Outland Trophy candidate for 1976, one of the Outland Trophy candidates, and in my estimation, the leading Outland Trophy candidate. And there's the junior from Baltimore, Leroy Felder, picking up that football. Of course, in college football, you can't advance a fumble recovery, and so the ball was dead right there. The Panthers take over.
Good
Kavanaugh,
protection.
all day to throw.
Good protection.
Gordon Jones loses the football, and
I don't think he ever had it in his possession, really, but nevertheless, if he did, he should have tucked it away. One of the little things in football.
Watch number 70, Randy Holloway. Lehman All has virtually no chance. That's a 9-yard loss.
I believe Randy called the last fumble we got to at Felder's recovery. Option play, option pass.
Bob Jury, the junior from South Park High School. The Panthers now with 19 interceptions on the year. Homer Smith calls this the best secondary in the country. I have no reason to doubt that.
Jury's very alert. He's from Library, Pennsylvania. A local youngster. We were glad that he came to Pitt. I'd like to see these Western Pennsylvania high school football players come to a great university and help us win like they have.
It's halftime. It's 13-0. The Panthers have the lead. We have Tom Sinderwald, Cecil Johnson, and Bill Cox, an assistant coach, with us, and we'll return on the Johnny Major Show right after this message. 1976, the Panthers lead Army 13-0 at halftime, 45,000 plus on hand, and of course the Panther band very much in evidence, and the Golden Girls, and a lot of credit to the students because they just got fired up yesterday. And one of the fired-up organizations that is associated with Pitt Athletics is, of course, the Golden Panthers.
I tell you what, in this organization, they've had some great presence. Since I've been here, Bob Miller, Ab Daniel, great people. We've got a super guy there now, Eddie Yip, who has to be a good golfing buddy of mine. He always tries to take the money in the golf course. He's a great man. And our organization wouldn't be where it is without those men, and I have great admiration for them. They try to call a play here and there on Monday after the ball game, but what they've done has been invaluable to our program.
Well, the Golden Panthers, at least for this week, and hopefully for the rest of the year, the #1 booster organization in the country. Panthers with the opening kickoff in the second half. Matt Kavanaugh, the kid from Youngstown Cheney High School, running very well on 12 carries, 76 yards. Pretty good for a guy who just 3.5 weeks ago had a broken leg.
By the way, this is a counter option play that the offense put in, Bill, this past week. We worked on it a couple of weeks, so I'm glad to see us pull it out of the wraps and made some big yardage for it.
Yes, sir. I think that was a great example of how strong a runner Matt Kavanaugh is. On a short yardage play, he carried him about 3 or 4 yards.
Right. Very fine blocking. Look at the wall off of our block of the message. Good pulling by Carroll. Corbett blocking downfield. This takes the load off our tailbacks running the ball quite a bit, too, sometimes, where they can't just play the pitch all the time on our tailbacks.
It really does.
This is the Army 32-yard line. Watch the Hawk. He's on the wing. Anthony Dorsett, 32-yard touchdown just inside the pylon. We'll take another look at it.
Fine blocking there and excellent running, of course. That team really likes to block that young man, and he appreciates his teammate as much as any football player I've ever been around. He's a team player first, and certainly that's the reason why he should be the Heisman Trophy winner, because he plays to win and plays for the team. And that team knows how valuable he is to us. He knows what those teammates have meant to him. They block for him, they open holes for him, and he makes things happen.
Fun to block for a guy like Dorsett, isn't it, Tom Sinderwald?
Sure is, because when he scores, everybody gets happy and makes you even happier.
The second of 3 touchdowns on the afternoon. This makes it 20-0, early third quarter action at Pitt Stadium on Saturday afternoon. A beautiful day for college football.
The Golden Panthers, because they have certain seat priorities according to what they contribute to the scholarship program, what their contributions go into, sustain scholarship monies for our athletes to go to college on. It's help improve our facilities and the different things that help sustain a good athletic program year in and year out, regardless what the gate receipts are. You can't do it on gate receipts alone. You have to have alumni and friend support like our Golden Panther group.
2nd and 6, Pitt at its own 47-yard line. The option right, Kavanaugh reads to keep the ball, and he does. And look at this 49-yard scamper.
Sandoval gets a piece of the guy. As Gordon Jones making a block, and Willie Taylor, look at him downfield. 35 and 40 yards downfield.
Talked to Matt after the ball game as we take another look at this play, and he said the leg did not bother him. It did not swell up. He didn't even have to pack it in ice.
Look at Carroll, Corbett. Both of them make super blocks there. Extra effort, people cutting and slicing. That's pride right there. That's pride, and that's what it takes to play winning football. The blue shirts downfield. Matt didn't show much of a limp there, Bill. He been limping in practice a little bit, but he said he was ready.
He certainly did. He didn't limp at all. He looked faster than he had been in the early season.
Tony Dorsett wins the foot race. He wins most of the foot races he gets involved in. Only had to beat one man to the sideline. We'll watch it again. Dorsett, his third of 3 touchdowns.
What's the second effort? The tight end to the left, Jim Corbett. Watch our line surge off. Watch their footwork. Second effort. See them moving their feet? That's second effort. You miss those things sometimes. You just watch the ball, who's catching the ball, who's pitching it. And I'll tell you what, that's down in the trenches. That's not easy.
Let's watch the Panther red shirt defense. Army 1st and 10 at the Pitt 27-yard line.
Good pursuit. A lot of blue shirts around the ball.
That's the same play that Dorsett ran for the touchdown, Bill Cox pointed out. So I tell you what, there were more blue shirts around the ball than white shirts around Dorsett. This is the Army touchdown. 2nd and 10 at the Pitt 27.
Fine throw and catch. Into the wind, too. That was not easy.
Lehman Hall to Mark Loeb. 27-yard touchdown pass. Hall's 12th of the season. And the Panthers lead 27-7 at this point. We're third quarter action.
Sandoval, he makes a soft spot normally when he hits up the middle.
Statue play.
Yes, sir. Statue of Liberty. We drew that on the cow factor last week. That's not an original play, by the way. I'm sure everybody knows that. That's been around for a few years. About just a forward pass was invented, I guess, to put the Statue of Liberty in right after that sometime. It's a great play and it's colorful and takes some pressure off of your pass at times. That's the first time we've used it this year.
Tony Dorsett from ground level. We'll watch Matt Kavanaugh looking for Willie Taylor, number 29, off play action.
Fine job.
The junior from
Good call there, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Here's a fine play here, too, off the option play. This looks just like the option. And if the team plays too aggressive on defense against the run play, then it opens up the pass play, which happened there to Willie Taylor from Matt Kavanaugh.
In the flanker position, he runs that in pattern. What is the nomenclature for the play, Bill Cox?
What we call that, that's 803. It's like our lead option, like Coach Major said, and we have the option to either throw right there or either pitch the ball off on the option. Whatever they give us, we take.
That takes a lot of work and a lot of time and an execution, but because you get a chance to throw the forward pass or a backward lateral, and those things are not easy to do unless you spend a lot of time on the practice field and executing it.
Army ahead 34-7. Watch the fumble. I believe it might be Randy Rudishan who causes it. I can't remember for sure. Let's take a look at it. But George O'Corn comes up with the football. Devon Manis for Army trying to run it back.
That was
Scott McKeel. Scott McKeel.
Freshman from Monaco. To the PIL champs last year in Monaco.
And there it is, red shirt defense. And of course, little did the Panther fans know at this point, but later the announcement came over the PA system that Purdue had upset Michigan 16-14. And then all of a sudden everybody realized they're looking at the #1 college football team in the country. It's got to be a great feeling. We'll talk about that with Cecil Johnson, Tom Sinderwald, and Bill Cox as the Johnny Majors Show continues right after this. The Panthers remain unbeaten. They down Army 37-7 and then learned that Michigan was upset. The Panthers are #1. I have to ask the players, Coach Johnny Majors, Cecil Johnson and Tom Sinderwald, what was the feeling like on the bench when you heard the announcement on the PA system?
It's a great feeling. Fantastic.
Makes all those practice sessions kind of worth it, and all the little things that maybe had gone wrong before kind of worth the fact that you're there at that great moment.
It makes the dancing more fun in the locker room, too, doesn't it, Cecil?
Right, Coach.
Tell you what, this group of young men is quite a story. I tell you, they've come from a group of young men as freshmen 4 years ago and molded themselves into a championship caliber team. And we're in no bowl game yet because we've got the West Virginia Bowl this week, and they will not be easy. And we've been waiting for that for a year, and we'll see what happens because they'll be cranked up for us.
Congratulations, Coach Majors, to Bill Cox, to Cecil Johnson and Tom Sinderwald. We thank you very much.
Okay, Bill.
Okay, and stay #1. That's the Johnny Majors Show for today, and thank you very much for watching. The Johnny Majors Show has been brought to you in part by Equibank, first in service with 24-hour banking at 18 locations, and by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
The Johnny Majors Show was a presentation of WTAE TV Sports.